Okay guys, so we are taking a look at the system, the indicator, especially the betas volume correlation. Okay, we are using the Nasdaq, the Dow Jones, and the S&P 500 for a trend. Okay, when these three instruments, which are slaves in this indicator, plus the primary instrument, which is the Nasdaq, are in a alignment, they gonna, and we check volume. Okay, so we are looking at a volume of 1.5. Okay, so delta, more buyers than sellers if it's an uptrend. Okay, so that way you won't be looking at the, for example, at the time and sales or something like that, because volume is very difficult to interpret, very complicated. So the indicator will do that. So once you know there is a big volume, or more than normal volume, you can see the dots, okay, and the dots and the three. Okay, so that way you're gonna be uh, being aware of, or a heads up, that something is gonna happen or is happening, along with the real-time support and resistance. Okay, so you gotta be aware of that. Okay, the second one, we have the time and sales. Okay, so again, the time and sales, it's an indicator that it's not a common time and sales. It slaves the micro ES, the Dow Jones, and the mini Dow, which are slaves instruments inside this indicator. So the primary instrument is summed too. So the Nasdaq is summed. So we funnel all this into these prints over here in the right side of the chart. So that way we see, if we, for example, it says buy one, sell one. Okay, so that means that the one means that it's in 1 second it's only one print. So for example, if you see buy 1, 2, 3, those three purchases were made within a second. So that's momentum. Okay, so when we see, for example, 90% of the time and sales green or red, it will print this blue lines in the candle, or the red momentum lines. Okay, so if the market is moving, it will give you a heads up what's the orientation, as we are having a lot of the main instruments, so you don't have to see that many charts. Okay, so because in the time and sale it's already aggregated, so we aggregate the volume, and we aggregate the instruments, as these instruments are very low volume. It's not like the S&P 500, which is almost 2 million contracts, the micro, but it's a very high probability, and of correlation in volume. So that way you can interpret better what the market is doing, what it's trying to do, where it's going. Okay, so it also sees like the trap traders, like over here. This is trap traders, went back up. Trap traders here, went back up. Trap traders here, went back up. So trap traders over here went back up. So that way, especially on a Friday, they try to, the algos are trying out all the time to trap traders, for long and short. So you gotta be aware of that. Trading is not easy, and like I would say, it's never gonna be, it's never been, and I don't think it's gonna be easier in the years to come. So the more information you have on your hands, the better. Okay, so that's why I wanted to show basically. Okay, so that way you can get a feel of the market. This indicator is working very, very well. We have made a new adjustment, like I told in the video before. We have added the bar size. bar filter size. I'm not using it right now, but this is good if you're using other type of bars that are, for example, bars that are don't have the, for example, the Uniranco bar is a bar that it's not like, for example, the wick, and it measures the whole body. So if you put a 10 tick trend, for example, it's gonna draw a 10 tick bar, even if it pulls back one tick. So actually, it's not a 10 tick bar; it's a 1 or 2 tick bar. So those are empty bars. So if you're using other type of bar, this filter is very usable. So um, that way you can prevent from trading those bars that are basically 1 or 2 ticks when the market moves very fast. So you will not have those uh, signals that are not significant. Okay, so if you calculate a 1 or 2 tick bar, of course maybe it's gonna be a buy, and it's gonna plot a false ratio, because 100% is gonna be maybe buyers or maybe sellers. So you don't need that. That's not helpful. So that's what this size filter bar is for. Only bars that are X amount of ticks, but real time, real size, not false. So the ratio is 1.5, this, which is okay. So that's what we're looking. So we have the, let's see, the volume filter enabled. Yes, it's over here enabled. So we're looking a threshold of 100 or above, so significant volume. So we could have more if we disable the volume filter. We could have more plots here, but we are, like I tell, we are looking only for volume that is true, significant, and that can really move the market, and so we can have a better understanding of what the market is trying to do, where the herd is going. So that way you just need to look for support, resistance, and momentum. I don't think that it's more important than that. So that way you can focus on the bar. You just need to look at the bar. That's it. And what is the market doing? Okay, so you see over here we have the dot. Second, we have these blue lines, which is the time and sales printing fast. Okay, so you can get early in this trade, and you can grab your portion of the market. Okay, so like I always say, this is a real-time information. It doesn't plot historical, only real time. So that way you see when the market is moving slow, or when you see when the market is moving fast. Okay, guys, so that was it for today. I don't believe that you will really need more information. Of course, you can couple it with other stuff that you may have, bands, or as other indicators that you may have. But really, in essence, this can work very well. The support and resistance, I'm using the actual bars in the chart, but you can move it to make it work. Here you just use multi-time frame. You click it, and you just move the type of bar you want, and in the period, and it will work very fine. But I like to use the actual time frame, but it's up to other people, because other traders may look at other type of bar, or bigger bars, or whatever. Okay, guys, so that's it for today. You can have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Bye bye.